So my hair is naturally straight. I want my face framing bangs, as you can see here. And I don't want it too choppy. I want it to blend well. I don't know if you can see it, because the last time I cut my hair was last year during COVID. And when I did it, I just loved the outcome of it. So as you can see, there's like maybe 3 layers. There's the first layer here, and it gradually, goes down. I didn't do the bottom part. I didn't cut. I thought it was, I thought it was more complicated. So I'm just going to cut my hair so I could have side swept bangs that will blend well with the rest of my hair. I also want to say that the first time I did cut my hair, I did watch a lot of haircut tutorials, and I ended up narrowing it down to probably 2 or 3 videos. You have to choose the one that will give you the end result that you want. So in my case, I wanted side swept bangs that were not choppy and that would blend well with my hair. Also in this video, I cut my hair dry. This is just my personal preference because I want to see how it's going to fall with the rest of my hair. So that's why I do it dry. So just FYI, if you prefer, you can cut your hair wet, but in this video, I'm doing it dry. So for the rest of the video, I'm going to do a voiceover, and all you need is hair clip, a pair of scissors. I don't have professional shears, and a comb. So here I'm just going to part my hair in the middle as much as I can and combing my hair straight. And then you're going to take a portion of your front hair. It's up to you to decide how thick you want the front hair piece to be, and that will be your side swept bangs. And you're trying to form a triangle by combing and trying to get that triangle shape. It took me a while to get that right triangle that I wanted, and this is the most important part of the cut because this front portion will be your guide. This will be the front, this will be the first cut that you make, and it will also be your reference point. So it is very important that you decide how long and how thick you want that section to be. So then afterwards, if you're happy with the section, you just comb it straight. And then here I decided to have it short to above my lip. I think I decided to cut my hair to above my lip. So that will be my guideline as to how short I want my bangs to be. So now I'm just making sure I'm combing my hair and clipping it back, and then you're going to I'm making sure the section is what I want. It's not a perfect triangle. I really tried my best, but you do what you can. And so I'm combing it straight, and I'm trying to cut, yes, above my lip. That's my guideline. That's how short I want to be. And you're going to pull your hair taut and straight and try to cut not too far away from your face, which is very hard. I had trouble trying to cut as close as possible to my face because apparently if you cut it too far away from your face, it will give you a different cut. And for me, what I did is I cut straight across just so that way I know that's the length I want. And then I'm going to point cut, meaning I'm going to cut upwards. So I just cut it straight across. If you want blunt bangs, then you will cut it that way. But if you want the nice feathered, well, not feathered, but layered look, then you have to point cut upwards. And I'm not a professional, so my technique is not very good, and I'm probably not doing it right, but I tried my best to point cut as much as possible. So I'm pointing upwards into my hair and getting rid of the hair. So now that's my guide and the front piece. That's my bangs. So you can see it's a little bit, has a nice diagonal shape. And now I'm going to create like a second layer. So I choose the part of my hair that I want to be shortened. So I chose a section, and then you comb through the section of hair that you want to cut, and you're supposed to follow the guide. So the guide is reference points. The guide is, it will come up in a moment, is your shortest hair. So your reference point that you're going to cut up to is the shortest hair there, right there. That's your guide. And then you're going to pull your hair toward the middle of your face. Oh, well, you try your best. I didn't do very well. It's either toward your middle of the face or away from your middle face, so that way you can have that diagonal look. Unfortunately, I failed to do that. That was my big mistake. So try to remember to do that. And I'm just point cutting again. And there you could see the diagonal layers. And I keep doing that to each section of my hair. Right now I'm just checking to see if I'm happy with it. Combing through, and there's a long piece that I don't want, so I'm just going to point cut again. And remember to point cut toward your fingers, not away, or else it will give you a different cut. Then I'm just checking to see how I like it, how it falls with the rest of my hair, and if I'm satisfied. So it blends well, it's not too choppy. And if I'm not happy with it, then I would go back and see. So you could see here, it's the layers is very subtle. Now I'm doing it again because I want to have more layers and to fix that part. So once again, combing through and then point cutting using my guide, the shortest hair, as my reference point, and point cutting. And remember to go toward the center of your face, away, or at least, you know, toward the center of your face or a little bit over your nose or your face. If that makes sense. Which again, I failed to do, but it's so hard to cut your hair when you're concentrating on the technique. So it's not perfect. But I was pretty happy with the effect that I was getting. So I'm just checking again to see if it's blending well. Yep, so I'm just fixing it up again, doing the same technique of point cutting and using the guide as reference. And I forgot to mention, always make sure you use a sharp scissor. Unfortunately, my scissors were not sharp enough, so they did not cut very well. So now I'm repeating the same thing on the other side. I'm grabbing a section of hair that I want to have gradual layers in. So I'm right-handed, so it looks awkward in the video. So you point cut again, trying to point cut toward your fingers in the direction of the hair, if that makes sense. And repeating it if you're not happy with it. And that's it. And here's the finished look when it's parted on the center part and also side swept. I was pretty happy with the end result, even though it wasn't good. And also tied up. Okay, so that's it. This is how I cut my hair. It's not perfect. It's not meant to be. It's just, you know, some tips that I hope you find useful. And so if you like it, please share, like, and subscribe.